Hey everybody, my name is Karen, and please forgive me because I am totally new to this YouTube thing. I am also pretty much a loser because I had my weight loss surgery 2 weeks ago today. Today is my 2-week surgery, and I haven't posted any videos because I didn't have a webcam or a video camera. So pretty much my hands were tied. I would have really liked to have documented my experiences pre-surgically, as well as my hospital experience, but I can get into that later. My weight coming out of the hospital was 260 pounds. My weight today is 236.6 pounds, which I think is a weight loss of 23.4 pounds if I'm not mistaken. If I am, I'll correct it later. I feel wonderful. I felt wonderful within a couple of days after surgery. I had my surgery 2 weeks ago today, on Monday the 16th in the afternoon, late afternoon. And I was home by Wednesday the 18th. I had a little bit of nausea following surgery, and when I came home I was a little lethargic and still a little nauseous, but not too bad. So that was the worst of it. I felt so good, in fact, that by Saturday, which was just a few days later, 3 or 4 days following my discharge from the hospital, I gave my daughter a birthday party, a sleepover birthday party for her 8th birthday. We took the kids to a movie, and I felt wonderful. I would have never have known, or nobody would have known, that I had major surgery just a few days prior to that, because I felt so good. I basically think that my surgeon is a god. He did everything with the most minimal amount of bruising and pain. I had gallbladder surgery 13 years prior to this surgery, and that was so much worse. I had vomiting for almost up to a week after, and just felt really, really cruddy. Not from the surgery itself, but from the removal of my gallbladder. It just did something to my insides, and I'm not sure what it was. But I healed well from that too, so I was hoping that this wouldn't be so bad, and it didn't turn out to be bad at all. I think the worst part of my gastric bypass surgery was the 2 weeks prior to surgery, from just listening to so many stories, almost like when you're about to go into labor and everyone gives you their horror story. It's kind of like that. Everybody's different. Everybody goes through it differently. If you go, excuse me, that was what I got from the hospital. That was the worst of it, a cold. But if you go into your surgery with an open mind, you will come out of it with flying colors. My surgeon actually told me that he was so happy about my recovery. My recovery was really quick. I also really wanted to get out of the hospital because I knew I could do much better at home. My 2-week post-surgical appointment with my surgeon is tomorrow, so we'll see what he says. I'm anticipating it being a good one because I feel so good, but we'll see. I'm pretty much almost all healed up. A few of the incisions you can barely even see anymore, so that's just wonderful. He's great, that's all I can say. What else? I am still on my liquid diet, obviously, so hopefully tomorrow when I go I can, at least get a few purees introduced, because this water thing is just, so monotonous. Not only that, getting 32 ounces of water down I'm finding that difficult. when I was first introduced to water 2 days following, or the day after surgery, they give you, little 1 cc cups, and you're allowed to drink 1 cc cup per hour, which sounds like nothing, but for me it was really painful to do. Each little sip just really bothered me in the chest, and I started to panic because I thought, oh my goodness, if I can't get water down, how in the world am I ever going to adapt to real food? With that all, within time, you start to, drink more and more, and you learn that your sips start to get a little bigger and a little bigger, and now it's not so bad at all. I can, it's a little easier to get the water down. So that's good. The worst part of my surgery, let's see, as far as my surgery was concerned, like I told you before, I went through it with flying colors. I have no complaints. The worst part was my anticipation of the leak study the next day. My surgeon told my husband when I was in recovery right after he was through with my surgery that he found a leak and he repaired it and closed me up. My surgeon has the foresight to test for leaks before he closes you up after surgery by injecting saline into your body cavity, and obviously, wherever he sees the saline, there must be something wrong. So thank goodness he found that. I didn't have to go back into surgery again, because that would have been just awful. Like I said, my worst fear was the leak study the next day, because I'd heard so many horror stories about it. I went down to X-ray. I was brought down to X-ray the first thing the next morning, put on the table, and you hear all these stories about how awful tasting the liquid is that they give you for the leak study, and believe me, those accounts are all true. It's pretty bad. But because you are so parched from not having had any liquids to drink for 2 or 3 days, it is almost palatable when that stuff goes in your mouth. I'm not saying it was great, but it was at least some liquid to put in my mouth. Problem was, the following couple of days it still lingered with me, so that was pretty nasty. But you're so parched that you can barely even talk, because my tongue kept getting stuck on the roof of my mouth. So, excuse me, all in all, not bad at all. And even the leak study didn't turn out to be what I had anticipated. So, like I said, go in with an open mind and you'll do just fine. I am open to answer any questions. I know I've left a ton of stuff out of this video. Like I said, I'm new to this, and I just, I'll get into the swing of it before too long, I'm sure. What I do suggest, and I'm sure you've already done it, is just peruse the gastric bypass videos. You will find certain people that you really enjoy watching, as did I. There are 3 people in particular that I followed. All 3 had wonderful results, especially 2 of them. 2 are 2 years post-surgical, and 1 is about 19 months, I think, post-surgical. And the results were phenomenal. And let me just tell you, if I can get 75% of what they achieved, I would be happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm striving for 100%, but their success was just something that is just not even thought of to be in the realm of anything. But yet they've done it, so I know I can too. But yeah, look over all the videos. I watched for hours and hours and hours, and had it not been for the inspiration that certain people gave me through their weight loss journey, I don't believe I would have had the strength to go ahead and do this. I've struggled with weight for the past 17 or so years, and so, I've also tried everything out there, every diet. I'd lose 50 pounds, and after 50 pounds think, why is it so difficult for me, and I have to try so hard, and my friend just keeps gorging herself, and I am eating the bare minimum just to keep myself alive. And with that, I'd always get discouraged and just fall off the wagon and never get to lose that other 50 pounds that I needed to lose. So I am so encouraged by, my weight loss and my weight loss surgery, and I just hope that it's going to prove to be, for me, the right thing, and I know it will be. That's all I'm going to talk about for now. Like I said, any questions, please message me. I will be more than happy to answer your questions because I know I have left things out. And I will talk to you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.